Right. Good evening, everyone. Hey, Jay. You're very quick. Thanks for coming past. So, last week, let me just see if everything's working properly. I assume that my mic is on. Looks like it's good. Yeah. Alright, so last week, when the season kicked off, we did a little preview stream, and that was a lot of fun. And I thought that what we would do is we would basically just do the same thing for kind of like a week one review. Now I don't know where to put the chat, so maybe I'll just leave it where it is normally. My personal game went kind of rough. I completely missed my opening theory. Hey Jordan, and kind of got lucky in the end to get away with a draw. My opponent miscounted, but in their own words, maybe that means there was a chance they were going to mess up later on. So I think everyone involved was happy with the draw in the end. Anyway, so today we're going to look at a few things. Um, and I thought I would start off, actually, you can already see the results here. I wanted to start off with something else. Let's start off with the rosters, just to like hide that for a second. So, um, I had like one good point that I wanted to share which was that previously in the recap week, we still had only about the same amount of players as we did last season, even though we've been trying to like create some more excitement and hype around the league. But we actually do have some additional sign-ups since then. So we've got 21 new people who joined up as alternates since the season kicked off last week, actually. So we're currently sitting at, what was it, like 427 people participating in the league, either as full-time team members or as alternates this time. So really happy that the alternate list has grown because, as we know, even from this season already, quite a few people had to be replaced, as happens all the time. So nothing new there. So that was something I wanted to say. And also, I thought that there was a few more interesting new names here, so I would just quickly kind of share those because last time we checked, all the names weren't up yet. And I think there's kind of like three of them that I quite liked. Never underestimate people with default person icon. I think that was really cool, especially with funny animated gyms drawing. We realized a lot of our kind of very active members actually don't have profile icons on Slack. So I thought that was a fun name. And then there's two more I thought was pretty good. One was Fantastic Blunders and Where to Find Them, and actually very funny. I was watching a short video about why the Fantastic Beasts trilogy was so bad, just like yesterday, basically. So I thought this was very timely for me to read this. And there was one more I really liked, which was this last one for Taxiway Team. I can't believe I just played that move, which you just asked me how my game went. That felt very relatable. It's like, oh, I can't believe I just played that. So yeah, so real fun. But anyway, let's get to the results then. And I think we can do that from the summary page because it makes it a little bit more easy to see. So where do I put the chat? Should I just remove it for now, actually? We can come... maybe I'll just hide it for a second. It's kind of in the way, isn't it? Okay, here we go. So, first thing I wanted to say was we've got 42 teams, which means 21 matches, right? And actually, out of the 21 matches, only 3 of them got drawn. So you can see here, Petron Petrov, and Night Might Night Fight All Night, and then the Mega, which I thought was an hilarious name, versus By Hook or By Crook. These two games were drawn, and then also There's No Crying in Chess versus Team as in Teamily. And so this was, I thought, just kind of interesting to realize that actually most of our matches turned out to be what's the word I'm looking for when it's conclusive? Is that the word? Anyway, and inside that also, if you kind of look through the games, you'll realize that only 3 games were forfeit wins and losses. Actually, there was a 4th one in my team. One of our players overslept and couldn't play their game, but then thankfully the opponent was really nice and they allowed them to kind of come back and play the game later on. Decisive. Thank you very much, guys. Yeah, so really happy to see that not only that almost all our games were played again in round 1, really great, but only 3 games were forfeits. That's really good. I think you guys are... Okay, you messed up the spelling, Transy. Come on, get your English back together, man. Anyway, so that was really cool. And then last stream, I highlighted a few teams that I thought would be interesting to follow until we see if anyone else is doing really good. So I think for round 1, I'll just jump around to them. The first team that I thought was really cool to look at was the Bee's Knees team. As I said, this is actually a group of people I used to play with in previous seasons, and this time I wasn't playing with them. But Defeat Barbie, who's often in the stream here, Millsbeast is also a streamer, and then Duncan and Gary. Everyone knows Gary, right? And Borja and so on. They did very well this round. They beat the Hushed Moves guys, which I keep referring to the board one as like the leader of the team because it's easier to remember board one names because I tend to recognize them, I guess, because their names are normally like, whoa, I got to watch that game really high. So Quiddit's team, or in this case maybe I should say Knoddle's team. Knoddle's the captain. So that was the first one. This is a team we're looking out for. The second one is There Is No Crying, and this team was brain the size of something something last season, and they played Team as in Teamly, which is Jordan, your team actually, and you guys drew. This is one of the games that got drawn. Since they are a team that I know from last season, and you guys are a team I know also did pretty well last season, or did they do? They did well last season. They came third. So I thought this must have been quite a strong matchup actually then, considering. So maybe a draw is a fair result, right? I guess you guys did pretty well. How dare you? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, the corporate empire is obviously a big part. And then, Tish. So these guys, the Tish team. Oh my goodness, what am I doing? Here we go. Tish the Wolves Goldfish, they came second in last season, right? So if you remember from last week's preview stream, the team that won last season actually broke up. But the team who came second are still together mostly. And they also won, although not by much, right? Only by 1 point. So not the strongest win, but they got their one as well, so pretty good. And then I've got two other teams I think worth mentioning for kind of really strong results, and one of them is mine. Spoiler alert. Here's the other one though. So Total Lemons, Scrooge, Funny Animator, AA Control, Simon was here, Rabbi R, Tristan Brown, Erini, and Werner Volkman. So that's definitely someone's real name. So they did very well. 7 versus 1, right? That's a great result. Jordan, let me just check what you're saying. B3 almost won board 2 and B3, which would have been a big boss play. Oh man, that would have been pretty great, man. But but you got saved. GG, pretty good. Hammer, thanks, man. No worries, Jay. I actually hurt my foot, so I can't gym right now. So please do a bit for me as well, and I'll go back again maybe end of the week. Anyway, so Total Lemons did really well, great result, and actually the one forfeit loss that was a win was actually them also. Tristan Brown got a very good result, so maybe they wanted to play the game, but no one's going to complain about getting a 7-1 storming result. Very good. And also, Funny Animated Jim is not the only person in the community who does art. I actually think that Rabbi R is another person who does art, so maybe we've got a little artistic team going around here. Scrooge is also one of the streamers, right? And then my team, we also had just an outstanding fight the power. We are the power. We are the empire, right? So we got 7.5 out of 8, so that was a really strong result. And actually we'll see I'm the only person who didn't win my game, so I'm being carried by my team. Thank you very much, everyone. So yeah, my team did very well. Win, and then I ended up drawing last night versus Gilbert. As I said already, my game was very fun, but I messed up in the opening completely, and Gilbert kind of miscounted the repetitions and then ended up drawing, so saved by the bell, so to speak. Yeah, so anyway, it's first round, though many things can happen. There's also one other thing I thought might be interesting just to point us, because we've got this fantasy league on the side, right? And I was sure, because I actually put my team into my fantasy pickings. It's literally just my team from the league. But actually someone else got a better result than me. Tristan Brown in the fantasy league got 8 out of 8. And someone actually mentioned something in one of the channels where they basically said, okay, well, how about you just save us the trouble, Tristan, and tell us how the season's going to end? Because it looks like Tristan can basically see into the future with this result on round 1. I don't think I've ever seen someone get 8 out of 8 in a round, but maybe that happens. I'm not sure. But yeah, it looks a bit ridiculous. Like, I don't know, Tristan. I thought that he cheated and just like entered his results by hand or something, but these are actually legit. Very, very well done. His team did very well, and I think he has Gary on one of his boards. So yeah, good pick, obviously. Well done, Gary. Gary is definitely a natural pick in any board he ever plays in. All right, that's that. Now, one more thing then, obviously, from this season. is what the standings are after round 1. So let's quickly have a look here. I do believe that the pairings are going to come out in a second as well. Oh, it might have actually just come out, but let's just look at the standings quickly. So while we're ahead, stop the count. Let's not play anymore. The season's over. Let's just stop right now. We're sitting in first position, really awesome, and then Total Lemons basically right next to us, obviously. And then obviously everyone else who's won their first game is also sitting on the same match points, but the tie breaks differ because of how many specific matchups you won inside of your weekly match. So, I mean, I'd love to say this counts for a lot, but you know, 1 week doesn't really count for so much. But fantastic to see us up there. Yeah, obviously, I hope we do very well, but we'll have to see. Michelle, what do you say? How did you thank your team for carrying you? Victory serenade song? No, I haven't sung anything yet. I just kind of, you know, whipped them a little bit harder. They have to be, because I mean, if I lose next round, come on, guys, they have to cover up for that as well. So there's no thank yous until the end. This is not a team based on love and support. We are hardworking. If you've forgotten um, our imagery, where will I find our kind of team imagery provided by Feet Barbie? Where is it? Here. You know, this is not a place of love and hugs and thank you serenades. This is a place of do your fucking job. Gary asked if I let people take a break, and I said yes, they can eat or they can sleep, but only one, right? So you got to choose. Okay, so very, very happy about that. Now I believe pairings are out. Awesome. So let's go and see what pairings for week 2 look like. Alright, here we go. Oh, okay, wow, so my team's sitting... Oh, okay, so maybe this is how it works, that the first team then gets paired to another team further down. Let's actually compare quickly standings. Standing versus... Can't believe I just played that move. Okay, so I'm playing in first place team versus 10th place team. Okay. I have no idea what the logic is. Maybe it's like the top... Oh, maybe it's everyone who's on the same points, and then we get matched up like a Swiss, where you play, you know, like as if it's broken into two. I don't know how to explain that properly. Anyway, let's have a look. Hey, Bobby. Yeah, very good. No worries, Chance. You can sing your corporate for your corporate dudes. Yeah, man, I'd love to do a little karaoke stream with Chance sometime. That'd be really fun. Maybe I can think of some South African like folk songs or something from Afrikaans. I don't know. Can I think of something right now? Dis net 'n worsie aan 'n halfdempie bo op 'n snytjie botter en brood. And that was something I learned in voortrekkers when I was a kid, which is like Boy Scouts in South African culture, basically. Anyway, it goes on. The drones on that image always make me laugh. Yeah, I mean, Fast Ferry, I actually thought that was really cool. Kind of like showing, I don't know if it's supposed to be like a detention camp, like no one's allowed to leave the building versus like safety. I'm not sure. Anyway, top off, bottom off. Yeah, Bobby. I think we've got the same understanding here. Let's see. All right, so let's have a look. We're playing against these guys. So Taxiway Taxiway is very strong, but Frosty Panda, let's go. I will be playing Yoshkor, who I don't think I know. All right, further down, how we do? Okay, Jim, Gospel Gambit. This will be fun. Gospel Gambit is also a streamer on YouTube, so we'll be able to see that game streamed, maybe. That'd be quite cool to see. Yeah. Not bad at all. Hey, Maury, the logic is like a normal Swiss. You are paired against a team with the same match points. Everything else depends on the seed, which is the average rating in the beginning of the seed. Cool, man. Thank you very much. Okay, I mean, I know in normal Swiss you kind of like break the standings into two and you like pair it up to each other, right? So it looks like that's kind of what's happening up there, but I'm happy if it's not completely correct. I'm happy to be wrong. It doesn't change much in my life. We're just playing whatever we get, right? Here's the soothsayer himself, Tristan Brown. He's playing Daddy Vid. He probably already knows if his game's going to be a win or a loss. Seeing the future can be so easy and so hard. Bad Player, who I think is the highest rated player in the league, I think. I watched them play against Fail Improve last week. Seemed an interesting game. Bad Player obviously is very strong, right? So that's a tough matchup. I think they're actually an FM, someone told me afterwards. Adande, someone I still want to beat one day. Okay. Pawns on Strike, Wiedemann Promotion versus I Like My Suggestion. Let's see if there's anyone in here. Juna, if you're in here. If you're in the chat, I don't know, but I can see your game on this side at least. My team never talked to me. So you guys have to change this nickname. Oh, this team name. Come on. My son never called me. My team never talked to me. That S needs to disappear. The whole point is that it's both funny and slightly incorrect English, right? So you can't fix the team name. You gotta make it the same bad English. Then that's the real joke. Come on, guys. You gotta carry across your jokes. Oh, here's Dr. Von Gooseving. I wonder if I'll play them this season. I feel like I've played them 3 times in the last year already. And like in this year already, but obviously not true. Squares of Anguish versus Nether Underestimate people with a default person icon. Definitely a good piece of advice. Vacuous ROM I've covered. Anyone in here? Fulmarski. Alright, if anyone doesn't know, Fulmarski is the master of tension and cookies. So please either go watch the game or just pray that they come and watch the game with you, because it's really fun to have them in the chat. Everything is very tense and very cookie all the time, so I hope that they will be a bit more active in some of the streams. Check GPT versus Gone with the Windmill. Chestad, Guitar Spider, you're up here versus Chestad. That's going to be a tough one. I think Chestad's quite a strong player, but I mean, obviously you're strong too, board too, so good luck. Transu, you're playing Moki. I'm not sure who that is. Cinema shows in here. Sissix played the Latvian counter gambit, something, right? Last round, that was kind of interesting to learn about. Okay, we'll see. You don't need a team approval. You have Maury in the chat. Yeah, that's true. We've got Maury to kind of like carry us through, right? I think my team never talked to me. Correct. That is the way it should be written. Please go fix that, Maury. Just go fix that properly so I can keep on enjoying that team name because it's so good. Alright, Inlance versus Ghost double JW. So this shall be a quick game, one way or another, right? Honestly, Inlance never disappoints. He always, or they always play just so incredibly fast. Alex Starr over here, another person I think I still want to beat one day. Highman Burner. And I don't really know anyone else, unfortunately. Voluntary Fork versus the Bee's Knees. Here we go, Bobby. You're playing Milanrad. Milanrad. I'm not sure. So it looks like a strong player. Please organize your game for Saturday or Sunday around 12 UTC. So it's evening for me and I can try cover it. Here's Danke versus Marty. NSeek versus Gary. I feel like they've played before, actually. I wonder. You guys have to ask Gary if they've played before. But I feel like that might be the case. Hook or Crook. Okay, Super Fighter, Snow Death. Yeah, I recognize some names at least. Hippie King, yeah. Might Not Night Fight All Night versus There's No Crying at Chess unless you lose. I guess if you win and you're very emotional too. Intel Temporal is here. Beatbox Not Love, My King, and Atomic Morphe as well. And MQLL. I actually think I've played MQLL once or twice as well. Team as in Teamly Jordan, here's your team as well as some Rapid player. So this will be fun. Some Rapid player did their own Simul recently, right? That must have been pretty good. You'll have a girlfriend over this weekend? Okay, now you have to put on your camera as well. You have to prove this. I need to see proof that you have a real life girlfriend. Unless you mean like your application with your like dating sim game on it or something. If she is actually a real person, by the way, I hope she's fantastic and you probably don't deserve her. Jordan versus Saquin. Yeah, on that note, treat her well. Timothy H. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Emily, him or herself, is here as well. Fork is playing Shake Obre. Said Nomini, Nick West. Oh, okay, cool. So actually, Nick West still streams now sometimes, and Said Nomini used to stream a little bit, right? So maybe this game will be streamed as well. Hush Move versus Action of Pawn Sequences. That's big. Quit It, Fail Improve. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, this will be a good game as well. Knottle, LC69. Andrew Rimmer. That's the consent, a big dumper. Okay, cool. Hard to believe I've got. No, actually, I think that it's definitely easy to believe. She'll probably say something like, you always make her laugh, right? I actually think I have, man. Didn't we all like share a picture like 2 seasons ago? I'm pretty sure I saw a picture of you and Gary, and I saw Gary and Milan in the same picture once. I think they were meeting up somewhere. Yeah, man, I feel like I've seen your picture once. Alpha Underrun, AW Wells, 42, computers, yeah, okay. Know these names, Johnny. Okay, pretty good. Our EKG shows irregular QRS and Blue Jeans Gambit. Okay. Stefan 15 will also stream. Slugman, I played him last season. 8 games versus 50 Shades. UQ. Over here, the UQ method, right? Pulls off 512 B. Carlos Magnus, STC Line, FWC, very glad that they're back in the active, and Kostas, very nice as well. No man, I've seen your picture, yeah, for sure. You're an attractive guy, good looking man. There can be no one, still a great name. Let's see. Not sure I actually know everyone in this game. Veni Veni Forky versus Lies, Damned Lies, ACPL. Yes, that is what it feels like when the computer analyzes your story. Funny like a clown. Know them. They've jumped up quite a bit actually, because I was still playing them a season or two ago. Maybe they were like 18, 19 something, and I was still 19 something at that point. Maybe that's how we got closer. Resign Against the Machine versus Boldly Go Where No Man Has BE4, yeah. Did you tell your girlfriend about your chess hobby when you met her, or only later? I think you should only tell them after the wedding. Okay, nice one. I think actually when me and the girlfriend moved in together, she got a bit of a surprise. I didn't think she realized how much time you could spend on a single hobby. It was actually a big point of contention for us for a long time until we kind of figured our story out. Now she's a little bit more understanding, but I'm also a little bit more relaxed. That's kind of why I don't study chess so hard anymore as well. Like, I can't spend my whole evening at the computer like that. Although I kind of do anyway. LP has been starting to stream as well, so that'll be a nice game to see. Maury, I don't know, you're not streaming, right? But Day 3, here's your game. That could be fun. Butter Pecan, Big Pig, quite a collection of miscreants. Oh no, okay, yeah, go tell us the hint for the movie. But then you gotta hope that Mills is in here catching you cheating again. Silk Wanderer should be a good game too. Mennonite over here. Yes. There we go. Alright, sorry. I had to unplug my power for a second. Mr. Scripps! Oh, this will be awesome. Scripp versus Gilbert. Oh, that'll be real fun. Okay, definitely want to try and see this game. I don't know if you guys know this chocolate, but it's really delicious. J Comedy. I thought this was for later. Hey, okay. Wife lies to me about why she got extra chocolates. Okay, what is in a name that which call a blinder by any other word should smell as sour, something by tomorrow. This is the last one. Jesse 8F, Astrominoff I know, or Myrtle, also pretty active watching games. Ivory, I'm not sure. Nessa Tone Fresh, Jules Sneaky, Coffee Drinker, and Marble. Okay, so if I go back to the standings for a second, I really want to see my own team's game, obviously. Total Lemons, let me just double check where they were. Okay, this is them. So I want to have a look at these games as well, see if they do very well this time. Who else? Dubov Sacrificial Victims? Maybe. I'm just going to add Total Lemons to my list of teams to watch out for. Alright. That should be fun. Getting all the nice matchup this season. Yeah man, Gilbert's like doing a little like row of fun games. It's always good to watch. Alright, so I guess that's it, eh? That was basically what happened in round 1 and how the matchup looked for round 2. My team and Total Lemons got off to a very strong start, but it's only one round, so we could end up being last in the season still, you never know. And I think people need to start messaging their opponents, so I can see some of the check marks coming up already. Well done. Anyone watching, please go message your opponent and put up some times. Also, some Rapid player and their other opponent, Super Fighter, I think, had a situation past round where both of them offered enough times, but they couldn't find time that matched. and so they wanted to make it a draw. And I think that's fair, but just my personal opinion, I really think if you and your opponent can't fight a time for whatever reason it is, one of you should just gotta step out and let an alt play. That's the reason we have alts. We're trying to get as much chess going as possible in the season. So even if there's, for instance, like a forfeit, win or loss, if you feel you'd rather play the game afterwards, message the opponent and check if you still can. We do obviously want to do well as a team. We want to do well in the league, but at the end of the day, we are here to play some chess. So choose the option which creates a chess game versus just a point on a sheet, because the point on the sheet, it's not really quite worth as much as having a game for two people. And we have at least some more alts now in the wings who can come and take up some of the spots. So that's my 2 cents on the story, but obviously everyone can decide for themselves. Alright, and I think that's it. This is supposed to be quick and short, and I think that's basically what it was. Thank you very much for coming in past, everyone, and let's have a good week too. And I'll see you guys again when we start setting up our streams for the next round, where we do coverage or we do cover our own games and so forth, and hopefully again next week as well for a quick recap and look at round 3 pairings. And for anyone who doesn't know, on Slack, hashtag, what is it called? Let me actually just go look at it. Oh, here, 4545-streaming. Come have a look. There's a lot of content. You don't have to watch everything, but also if you want to, we could probably keep you busy for a long period in every week. So yeah,